Hello and welcome to another edition of Health Solutions with Shawn and Janet Needham, where Team Needham discusses everything healthcare. I'm your host, Shawn Needham, along with my wonderful wife, Janet, and we are streaming live from the Team Needham abode. And Jen and I wanted to discuss biohacking today. We had a good conversation with each other, as most spouses just sit around and talk about longevity and anti-aging and all kinds of things, health, every night after work, don't they? Well, we do. And we were discussing biohacking, whether it be ice baths or whether it be red light therapy or infrared saunas or saunas period, peptides. And we come to one conclusion. I'm not saying those things aren't effective, but the most important thing is first, do what, Janet?
Well, it has to do with lifestyle and it has to do with everyday activity. And the most important thing that you need to do is sleep healthy, because if you don't sleep, your body doesn't repair. So if we're using other methods to help with longevity and to heal and be healthier, the number one thing is quality sleep, period.
And what about diet?
Second, diet, right? So what you put in really is who you are. And we have had Ben Fuke from Truth Solutions. He sells skincare products, and we discussed with him a few years back about we are what we eat. Our skin is a product of our diet. It's a product of what we do on a day-to-day basis. So what we put in really matters. And I think one of the problems with our society is we always want a quick fix. So right now, the big craze is that, to lose weight, we need to do some extreme measures. And my opinion is okay, if you have extreme things to solve, perhaps that might be okay. But in the meantime, if you have 10 or 20 pounds, change your lifestyle. I really believe that is the healthiest course, because long-term small changes in our life that have to do with our lifestyle are going to last. I mean, that's the problem in our society. If you do something quick and it's done overnight, that seems to come back. It doesn't seem to solve what the underlying issue is. And that has to do with what we put in our mouth. And Shawn and I talk about it a lot. Quality food, i.e. not out of a box or a can, if you can all help it, closer to the earth, things that rot. If it doesn't rot, don't eat it.
Yeah, you got to think, if bacteria and fungus won't eat it, because that's what causes things to rot. There's some other things too, with oxidation and ozone and things like that. But largely, what really causes food to spoil is bacteria and fungus. So if bacteria and fungus will not eat them, how's that going to assimilate into our bodies nutrient-wise? Because our bodies are full of microflora, all kinds of things to help break down those foods. So you gotta wonder, how good it is for us if it doesn't rot. So what Jan's talking about, extreme measures, is with weight loss, is probably what she's alluding to is peptides. Ozempic is the most popular one right now, semaglutide. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. I think I debate on how it works sometimes, but I do know that some people have some good luck with it. And I'm a big believer that being overweight is the most dangerous thing that you can do as an American. Obesity-related disease causes more deaths related to cardiovascular disease mostly than anything from Americans. So however you can lose weight outside of extreme measures like bariatric surgery, I don't agree with that anymore. I've seen it fail with too many people. And once you go down that road of bariatric surgery, you are never going to absorb nutrients like you did before. And if you keep your same habits that you did before, whether you do bariatric surgery or whether you do the Ozempic, you're going to gain the weight back. And we've seen that over and over again. People that lose a few hundred pounds with bariatric surgery and they gain it back. And bariatric surgery is so dangerous, and you will never absorb nutrients the same as you did before. So other than that, I agree with lose weight however you can. So even if you are losing 30, 40 pounds a month, because I've seen people do that. I've lost 26 pounds in a month before, but long term, I had to keep my diet up. It's a long-term solution. It's not something you do overnight. So realize when you change your habits, it's long-term. So be ready to commit to that. Now, some of the other things when we talk about healthy living, you've seen the ice baths floating around, and I'm going to tell you, I think there's arguments on both sides. I was talking to my brother about it the other day, that it could actually cause more problems than it does good. And I know they say they shock the system and it stimulates all these anti-inflammatory properties. I don't know. I will tell you this. I absolutely despise cold showers. I despise lukewarm showers. It is something that if I do that, it'll start my day off bad. And for anybody that does ice baths and it's helping you, good for you guys. But here's what I guess I want to say about all of these biohacking techniques. If you're eating like crap, you're not sleeping, and you're not moving, those things are not going to help you get healthy. They're just icing on the cake after you master those first three. And in that order: sleep, diet, exercise. Master those first before you think these other things are going to, magically make you healthy.
Well, I think also we invest so many dollars in the United States on this. And if we think about it, if we save money at the grocery store and changed our habits and actually lived healthy, um, we would save money there. And then if we didn't purchase things that we didn't need because we were sleeping, eating, and living healthier, I mean, your pocketbook would be in a much better place. Now, we do have friends that do red light sauna for people and sell other products, and I'm not against them. I think my biggest issue is that when we are looking for that carrot that we're going to solve all these problems, that's when I start hesitating, because I don't really think that you can solve the problem of sleeping by taking a cold bath or taking Ozempic or taking a red light sauna. Now, I'm not saying that red light therapy and this is not a positive thing for some people, but let's face it, it's what we do to ourselves every single day. And you've heard us talk about the little hinges swing big doors, because it's little things over time that really matter. Shawn and I have witnessed this over and over again, just within our own life, like at work. We've seen people that have struggled and they want to lose weight, but they spend twice a day going to a coffee shop. Now, I'm not opposed to coffee shops. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that you can't lose weight if you drink those calories and they add up fast. So we need to be honest to ourselves. And most of us do know where those problems lie.
Well, with the biohacking techniques that Janet was discussing, the red light therapy and stuff like that, I will tell you, I've done it, and I feel better afterwards. I've done a sauna. I can tolerate a sauna. Sometimes we don't have one in our home, and I feel better afterwards. Same thing with a hot tub. Yep. I feel better after I take a after I sit in a hot tub. It's very relaxing, especially after a really, really hard race or really, really hard training day. So if that makes you feel better, then by all means do it. But don't think that magically that a sauna or an ice bath is going to increase your longevity of life or make you healthier. I mean, it probably does, especially if it makes you feel better. But always, just because something makes you feel better doesn't mean it makes you healthier. Look at comfort foods. There's a lot of people that eat just out of comfort, and in the long run, it might make them feel better shortly, but it doesn't make them healthier in the long run. And back on the ice bath thing, here's my argument about the ice bath. And for anybody that is a proponent of ice baths, please chime in, comment, let me know what your thoughts are. I like to just go back and think rationally with everything, okay? And I think most people would agree that a majority of humans would probably like to have a warm or a hot bath. Traditionally speaking, that's just what we've enjoyed. Now, if you think about that, you think that probably means that it was healthy for us. I mean, let's face it, bathing in general is healthy for us. We know that. If it wasn't, we wouldn't been hearing about it for generations and generations about how we should do that, right? And how it is attractive to be clean. If you talk to people 300 years ago, I doubt anyone would say that they're going to enjoy jumping in a cold bath today. I doubt anyone would. I mean, their goal was to work, to build something so they could have a hot bath. So, in my opinion about the ice bath thing, if we didn't do it and we didn't thrive on it generations and generations ago, and it was actually something that might be a little bit frowned upon, then I don't know how it's magically going to make us healthier today. But again, for you people that enjoy your ice baths, go ahead and keep enjoying your ice baths. I'm probably just never going to do it. I just don't even like lukewarm showers. So that's kind of my opinion about ice baths. If anybody has any other opinions, please chime in, Janet.
Well, I don't feel like there's any physical harm long term. I do think there are cases where, athletes are using it to help with their inflammation and injuries. So I don't have a problem with that. Where I start getting a little worried about our societies is, and I hear this, daily at work, the quick fix thing. We reach for things in the pharmaceutical field to try to solve something overnight, and I think that puts us in a dangerous situation where, we talk about intermittent fasting, we talk about fresh food, we're talking about things that have sustained societies for years, and I think that is important because we are in control of that. You get to choose to some degree. I mean, obviously we can't control everything that goes into the soil or the plant or to the animal, but we do have some choices on that. And I think that's where we should focus. And we talked about sleep. I mean, you can control sleep to a big degree. There's lots of things that we can do that don't cost a lot of money, that are healthy long term, that are safe. I think that the balls out or the question mark is out there right now, the craze of people trying to lose weight really quickly. Well, Shawn and I were talking about how did we feel when we ate certain types of food or we did certain types of things. Listen to your body and it will tell you. My gal that cuts my hair, she decided in January she was going to not eat sugary food or glucose for a month. Well, if we do something for a month or even 3 months, that can make a big difference in our overall health. And those things are small things, but they're choices and decisions that you can live with that aren't going to be harmful. It's going to be beneficial for her overall health. So I'm all in for things like that because I don't find that is going to put her in a risk for other issues like side effects of, GI issues that are happening with some of these peptides. So that's my opinion. I'm not saying that you can't do it, but be realistic about it, that if you are, there's possibility side effects, and there's also, you need to change your overall lifestyle to keep those changes and keep that health to be in the right place where you should be long term. And longevity is about small things every single day. It's not just the quick fix.
And consistency really is what it's about. One thing I wanted to discuss is, even comes to, Janet and I are pharmacists. We own a pharmacy, Moses Lake Professional Pharmacy. We make money on selling supplements and selling hormones, but we are very honest with people up front. You cannot supplement your way out of a bad diet. Yep. I mean, here's a good example. I had a friend who, alcoholic, and he would take milk thistle. Milk thistle is a supplement to help to protect your liver. But that's not the way it works. And I had to discuss that with him. It's like, no, look, I'm taking milk thistle. Well, you just don't, you don't drink a bunch of alcohol every day and take milk thistle and think that it's going to negate the side effects of it. That's just not the way it works. So you cannot supplement your way out of a bad diet. Supplements are just that. I'm a believer in supplements. I take supplements, but it's to supplement a good diet already. And hormones are the same way. I believe in hormones. I believe, that there's a lot of chronic disease that it can prevent and help you work your way to health. But if you're not sleeping, you're not exercising, and you're not eating right, hormones are not going to fix your problem. And we are very honest with patients about that when they start that. It's like, look, this is a piece of the puzzle. You still have to do the other things, but that's okay. But ultimately, if some of those things will help you feel better, a little bit better right away, it does help you do those other things. Like, for instance, with hormone related therapy, if you're a woman and you're having night sweats, hot flashes at night, and not sleeping, hormones can fix that almost immediately. Obviously, that is something that is a quick fix. And that can start to get you sleeping and work your way over to better, healthier choices. Go ahead, Janet.
Well, what we're talking about is sometimes we do have to have interventions, and that's okay. But to realize that those interventions are going to fix the whole problem. So if you're somebody who is having hot flashes, you still need to have good, healthy habits about sleeping. So there's tools to help you, but it's small things like going to bed consistently, controlling the temperature, getting up at the same time regularly. So doing things that are healthy on a consistent basis are going to take you further than just quick fixes all long term.
And if anybody has any questions about this, please feel free to call our pharmacy, Moses Lake Professional Pharmacy. You can go to our website, MLRX.com. There's many different ways to contact us. We are streaming this podcast live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. I guess it's called X now. I'm still having a hard time changing that to X. So please reach out to us. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, please reach out to us. Janet and I discuss healthy activities, health-related things, including hormones, sleep, diet, exercise, all day long with people all over the world. And we absolutely love it. So please reach out to us if you have any questions. Many different ways to do so. As we wrap this podcast up, Janet, what is a parting sentence you would like to talk about with overall health?
Overall health is consistency. It's not easy. You have to put the hard work in. There's no quick and fast fixes, but it is worth it. I don't think that we realize how much wealth that really is, because money isn't all about how wealthy we are. Our health is wealth as well, because a healthy individual is going to have better relationships. They're going to be happier. They're also going to be able to perform better. So there's a lot to be said about that. And it's hard work. It's not immediate.
And one of our listeners and viewers, and consistency is the key. I've walked 3 times a day for a year. I've added other activities, weights, target exercise, etc. I started Octavia Tuesday to get myself being consistent with eating. I'm confident this year that my mindset is on track and I'll get healthy. Good for you, Ann. And yes, it's all about consistency, and congratulations on you adding walking and then some weights in there. And that's really what it is. Start slow and just start adding things. It doesn't take a lot, especially when you start from nothing. So just start doing one thing a day healthier, and it'll pay dividends. So let's see. I guess this is it for this podcast. So thank you for tuning in with Health Solutions with Shawn and Janet Needham. Tune in Monday to our regularly scheduled podcast, 12:30 to 1:30 Pacific Standard Time. We have a gentleman on that's going to be talking about meditation. And is meditation a biohacking thing? Sure, it is. And you know what? Do I believe in meditation? Absolutely, I believe in meditation. And I'm excited to learn a lot from him. Again, it's a piece of the puzzle, and it can help you sleep. It can probably help you, clean up your diet and all kinds of other things to help with your health. So you don't want to miss out on that one on meditation. So we will see you all Monday. Thank you for tuning in to Health Solutions with Shawn and Janet Needham. Thank you.